Welcome back to the greenhouse, boys and girls. In this session, we are going to make an inside-out pipe with some Frit. We're going to talk about a few thoughts and feelings that I've had recently, the last week or two, and we're going to crack open a cold one. Since that one's empty. Stay tuned. All right, thank you for joining us. Why do I keep saying us? That's a good fucking question. Why do I keep saying us? I don't know. I guess that's just what they say on TV. So I guess that's where I think I should go. I don't know. Anyway, I got my Dos Equis. I got my Vape Wild Wrecking Ball, my personal favorite. There'll be a link for that in the description if you're a vapor, and you should try it out. It's kind of a weird banana thing, but not real strong on the banana. It's weird, but I love it. And we got a half a tank of oxygen, give or take, and some free time. So let's get into it. So we're gonna start by mixing up some Frit here. Funny, my greenhouse is like growing up around my stuff. See, the floor is brick. When I say brick, I don't mean brick and cement. I mean brick that's like just set into dirt or clay, really. And yeah, so random ivy and shit grows up through my bricks and tends to wrap around my stuff, especially over here in this corner. Let's see, a little double amber purple. Never go wrong with double amber purple. Into white. Just a little. So as you can tell, or maybe you can't tell, we're still trying this royalty-free playlist that I found on Spotify. Let's hope to Christ it actually turns out to be royalty-free. Okay, I think we're going to throw in some paparazzi. I like the sparkle paparazzi. Maybe throw in a little mystery aventurine. I like mystery aventurine. Also very sparkly, but a little bit of a fumer too. Get a little hint of white out in there. And a little hint of silver strike. On top and in the front, so we get a little bit of fuming going on. And there we have our Frit ready. Let's pull some stringers. Well, before we pull stringers, we have to decide what we're going to make stringers out of. Thinking irid. We'll go with some irid. What else? I just hadn't really thought this through. burn off some of this Illuminati that I've just had sitting around here for I don't know how fucking long. Really? We got the Kentucky Derby. All right. Let's see. We'll go with some blue slime. Yeah, those 3 ought to work. Let's see. Let's get some rods for stringers. Stringers. I just turned my tanks on, so it's going to do this weird surge thing it likes to do when I first turn them on. Oh yes, I should probably put these on now. Okay, so let's pull some eared stringers. We're going to start there. So let's pull some fucking stringers, shall we? Oh good, my goggles all fogged up. This whole day is fucking with me. Alright, let's pull some eared stringers. Let's start there. Remember, you get the thinnest part to the thickness you want and let it cool a little and stretch it out and the rest will match, more or less. how many stringers it's gonna take to do what I want to do, but I know how many I'm gonna pull, and that is kind of the important part. Thank Ron White for that joke. Try to use up some of this fucking Illuminati. I bought a pound of it at one point, and I'm like, it's a nice color and everything, but can't say is that I've been super excited about it, you know? Like, yeah, it's a nifty transparent yellow and awesome. It's blacklight reactive or whatever. It's not that vivid of a color, especially if I have to make stringers out of it. Like right now. Gonna make those stringers thick. Now see, this sounds like royalty-free music. This is like some kind of weird Legend of Zelda nightmare. Like something that got rejected from the one happy scene in the John Carpenter movie. And some blue slime on top of that, because I love slime. Probably going to buy some more tomorrow. Oh yeah, join me tomorrow. I'm headed out to American Glass Roots to go pick up some materials and find out if they're okay with vloggers vlogging out there. I mean, Don's awesome, so I can't imagine he's going to be too awfully concerned about it. Although I guess the only way to find out is going to be to do it, huh? I think I'm starting to get the hang of this Mirage, so that's nice. Alright. Alright, so got my stringers pulled.
Wait a minute, are you seriously fucking not recording?
Wow. Okay, well, I guess that whole process on camera 1, huh? Now the camera 2 is alive. Fucker. Fuck you. Now the camera 2 is alive and joining us. Man, okay, at least I got beer. Camera 1 is alive, right? Like, I don't have to start this whole shit over. Okay, cool. Camera 1 is recording. I just didn't have the monitor facing the right way. Good. It's really hot in here. Okay. So we got our Frit. We have our various stringers. Is this blue slime? What the fuck are you? You are blue slime. Okay. Illuminati. And some Irid. I do love the color of Irid, and it's been on sale at AGR for, I think, 3 months in a row. They had it on sale like $20 a pound. And some Frit and some beer. So, you know, I was having a thought today, yesterday. Actually, it's been coming up a lot lately about advice you didn't ask for. I've had, what are we up to? Like 4 people now recently offering me advice on various things. So I'm rebuilding the greenhouse, as you may know, or you may not know, depending on whether or not you watched any of my videos up to this point. You can possibly see in construction through the window that I'm rebuilding my greenhouse. And I've had several people give me construction advice at this point. And I gotta tell you, it's just getting annoying. Like, what is it with people giving advice that's not asked for? Like, is there some overarching assumption that you're better at some shit? Not like I've never built anything before. I've worked on a framing crew, I've worked on a roofing crew. That sucked. That didn't last long. I've done wiring, not like electrical, but low voltage. I mean, I've done electrical, but not professionally, like, not for money, since I'm not licensed. Just sort of, I've done the electrical here in the greenhouse, so I don't really think that counts. Oh, hey. You know, but I've built shit before, and I'm working under certain very interesting constraints trying to build this greenhouse, because I can't be without a shop, and I don't have enough money to do it all at once. I have to do it over time, and over a fairly long period of time, like over the course of months. So I buy a couple $100 worth of shit, and I start framing stuff, and I buy a couple $100 more worth of shit, and I finish framing stuff. And I buy a couple $100 more worth of crap, and I start taking down walls because I'm preserving all these windows. I'm going to reuse these windows. These cast iron windows, these things are expensive as hell. And they look cool. They look cool as fuck. That big old window back there, there's no way I'm not reusing that. And the funny thing is, that's not even a window. It's actually a sliding glass door. This whole greenhouse was built 15, 20 years ago out of construction garbage. Like literal, actual construction scrap leftover shit. It's amazing that any of the windows match at all, because they were literally leftovers from other construction projects brought together to form a greenhouse. That's why all these windows are mismatched, and why hell, even the wood is mismatched. You know, some of the corner poles are 4x4 ground contact, some of them are 4x6 El Cheapo Grande. You know, just sort of whatever. Which is cool and has worked out really well, but understand, while I'm working on this, on rebuilding the studio and as a greenhouse, because I'm keeping these windows are awesome, that I am literally replacing a pile of nailed together garbage. So I end up with people trying to give me advice on how best to build this out after I spent days and days and days and days sitting out there trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to build this, because I have limited functionality, as it were. I have certain things that have to be done in certain orders. I have to put the cart before the horse in order for it to work. And so it was very well thought out. I put a lot into it. It took forever to figure out. That's not the right flame. Speaking of taking forever to figure out, these fucking GTT torches are really complicated. Like really mastering one. Not that I'm even coming close to mastering the damn thing, but there are lots of nuances to these torches. So yeah, really mastering one has become a tad bit difficult. Like how to get the exact flame characteristics I want. I'm like, that's just too driving, isn't it? Hey, that actually... So maybe we're there. Maybe this is where I'm trying to go. Oh, fuck you. What is it with my stringers lately? Just fucking with me. Seriously, there are times that I think these stringers just want to fuck with me. You know, being self-taught, though, has taught me how to deal with my problems. Like when something gets fucked up, how to accept the reality and recover from the reality. Because fucking up is inevitable. A solid recovery, now that is an important skill. Anyway, to go back to what I was talking about, I've got all these people trying to give me advice on how to rebuild the greenhouse, right? People who haven't put even remotely the thought I have into how to rebuild it and why I'm rebuilding it the way I'm rebuilding it. You know, which doesn't exactly meet modern construction jurisprudence, for lack of a better word. Really? No, that was a good pull. What the fuck? Oh well. Actually, this different angle is giving me an interesting effect on how the stringer's getting laid down. Sometimes your fuck-ups end up with good results, which is kind of how I'm feeling about rebuilding the greenhouse. So, everybody's got advice, and honestly, all of their advice is going to really make this more difficult to rebuild the greenhouse. You know, okay, you want me to do it this way, that way, the other way. Well, like, somebody told me that I should be doing the primary cross supports by putting them on top of the primary vertical supports and having them peg into place. Whereas I'm using a technique we used to use to build camps back in the day, where they're bolted to the vertical supports. And the reality is that I'm doing this all by myself. The reconstruction of this greenhouse, at the end of the day, will have been done by Louis Cypher in its entirety. One-man operation, not asking for help. Not that I couldn't get people to come help me, but I don't want to need help. Kind of want to be able to say, hey, look, I did this. So, you know, the way you're supposed to do things based on, you know, modern construction techniques isn't really going to work for our hero in this situation. But that doesn't stop people from trying to give me advice. I don't know why so many people feel the need to offer up advice as though they were subject matter experts. It's annoying after a while. Don't you think so? Or are you one of the people giving that unwanted advice? Are you a giver? Go ahead and leave me a comment if you're one of the people that gets what I'm saying, or if you're one of the people that's giving this unwanted advice. Or hell, leave a comment if you think I'm a fucking idiot and I should just listen to people's advice. Because honestly, some days I think I'm a fucking idiot, so whatever works, right? I definitely like the way this is working better than the Carlisle. Now, I might not feel that way if I'd have gotten the number 5 center on the Carlisle, but I got the number 3 because I wanted the precision. Not realizing that I could have the precision with the number 5 and still get the wide or wider effect with it. That was kind of a live and learn. I didn't have the money to get a different one. And honestly, that would be a pretty stupid reason to replace my torch anyway, to go from number 3 to a number 5 center by itself. I mean, that's certainly not why I would want to do it alone. I would want a little more to go on, as it were. Did I know that fucking... Okay. Now we end up with lots of fun little wiggly lines, which will definitely be extra fun once I add the frit and start shaping the piece. Now we're going to take our leftover color rods here, or color stringers. And we're going to add them in little loops. This will make an interesting little like bow tie effect when I do the final terminations. All right. You know, I had somebody else in here the other day giving me advice on how to do the floor, and somebody else giving me advice on how to do the windows. And, you know, I've spent countless hours figuring out how I want to do this shit. Figuring out how I have to do this shit. Because, you know, the difficulty being I can't just redo it all at once. I can't just tear the old one down and build a new one. Everything would be fucking hunky-dory if I could, I promise. So I guess what I'm trying to say is stop giving fucking advice people don't ask for. You know, when I redid the intro earlier today, somebody tells me, you know, starts talking to me about the intro and outro that I did recently for my videos. And that's great, because I posted it on Facebook. And I said, hey, y'all, I redid this shit. What do you think? I solicited advice for this. So that's cool. Feel free. But otherwise, everybody thinks they're a fucking expert. Oh my god. I'm sorry, how many houses have you built before you start telling me how to do my ceiling joists? What? 0? Yeah. That's probably not, I'm probably not looking for your advice then. Oh, you worked on a roofing crew. You want to tell me how to do my framing? Yeah, me too. It's simple enough, just not to give advice people don't ask you for. Which is funny, because it's literally what I'm doing by way of these videos. Just giving you advice you didn't ask for. Well, I guess you did ask for it, because you landed here. You wouldn't have made it to this picture, to this video, to this page, to me, if you weren't looking for something, right? I don't know what that necessarily is that you would be looking for, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just some glass hole out here trying to act like I know some shit and having fun making videos, because it's a lot of fun to make videos. And I had to figure out what to make videos about if I wanted to make videos and try to, you know, get people to actually watch my videos. And I'm like, you know what? I can tell people how to do shit making glass. I'm not even that good of a glass blower by comparison to many of my contemporaries. Many of just my Dallas fam, the people that I know personally. Not to mention the people that I don't know personally. So yeah. You know, I kind of like that term too, glass hole. Like, I'm just some asshole who likes to make stuff out of glass. I'm a glass hole. That's good. I'm going to save that one. I might even start calling other glass blowers glass holes. I don't know, is that popular already and I just didn't know about it? Or, I mean, because that happens sometimes. Like, they don't exactly tell me about the latest trends. There's no newsletter for trending words. Or is there? Just nobody told me. I don't know. I suppose that's possible. That's a nice termination. That swirly looks cool. So we're going to put some Frit in here. Not all, just some. Let's see what our coverage looks like with just a little. I'm sorry, I feel like this music is too good to be fucking royalty free. Although one of the songs was actually titled Free. So, or maybe I'm just paranoid. Yeah, this is turning out pretty good. I like this so far. Although I burned through way more oxygen in this Mirage than I did on my Carlisle too. That in, nice and melted. Digging it. Melt it in, blow it out, melt it back in again. That's how we know we did a good job of melting it in, at any rate. Yeah. Expecting you to be longer, but okay. Oh, a little twisted up there. Okay, well, we can still work with that. Alright, I suppose we're going to need a blow hose at this point. Start twisting up on me now, you fucker. Oh god, that fucking blue slime looks amazing. Get over here. There we go. Much better. Okay. Fucking rod off. Awesome. Sometimes we need our punties to be a little more solid. Of course, now it's hot already. Now we add a little bend to it as we're twisting it. It will add a little bit of a spiral to the neck, or to the, whatever you want to call it. And we pull this shit off. Let's get this crap up here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna clean the rest of this crap up. My fucking tweezers. Tweezers! Now we're gonna blow our bubble. You know, I love working with these slime colors for inside out line work. They give this great three-dimensional, deep, nuanced colors. So we're letting the whole end kind of condense down a little. And then we blow our bubble. Nice and fucking thick. Yeah, now that guy is gonna be thick. Ooh. I'll take you down some. It's rough to, hey, rough to the hand torch at this point. Right there. And then we pick our spot for the bubble, or for the bowl hole. That looks good. Alright, now we have our bowl hole. Save you for later. Let's see. I don't know, do we want a big ball? Yeah, we want a big old ball in this motherfucker, huh? Yeah. We'll use my, like, what do you, like a 3/4? Where the fuck did that even come from? Well, at least it's not on here. Something over there just made that tink sound. Scared the fuck out of me. Not very often that a piece I'm actively working on does that. Not anymore, actually. Totally was an issue for a long time. Yeah. See, it's got a nice spoon shape to it. Awesome. Wow, notifications all over the place, huh? You know, something to bear in mind. The carb, in order to work correctly, needs to be the largest hole in your pipe. Because the whole point is to make sure that there's no resistance to sucking air through. Should be bigger even than your mouthpiece. Definitely bigger than the ball hole by a wide margin. Oh wow. Oh well. There we go. This is my sad face. You know, sometimes this glass blowing thing is extremely stressful. Like that. There's a crack at the last minute. Now, chances are I can probably save it. And I'm going to try. But still, like, you spend all this time working on a piece to have it crack at the very end. It is a tad disheartening, isn't it? On the bright side, I'm going to make another one. So, you know, such as it is. Right after I go get another beer. So, we're going to cut this off here. And I'll bring you back when I try to save it. Alright, well. So, yeah, we're going to try to save it. I gave it 5 minutes in the kiln to get warm again. I'm going to crack another beer. And I'm going to see what happens. It may end up in the trash. I would honestly say about 1 in 10, if maybe even 1 in 8 of my pieces like this ends up in the fucking trash. Glass is a cruel mistress. The sad part is I know exactly what I did wrong. And it's the same thing I've done wrong a dozen times before. Dozens of times before. Not even 1 dozen. Entire dozens. Multiple dozens. I might even be up till, like, gross. Multiple gross. Oh, no. Maybe multiple gross. Yeah, probably. Actually. And I didn't keep the heat base up around the mouthpiece. I let the mouthpiece cool. It contracted and fucking cracked. Keep your fucking heat base up on the whole piece. Keep the whole piece hot. Because if not, you hear random little tink sounds. And you try to figure out where it came from and you don't see it. And then you hear another tink and all of a sudden it's half the fucking piece. So, what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the annealing flame here. The annealing flame being extremely heavy on the propane. So heavy, in fact, that it leaves soot all over your piece. This is a nice soft heat to get your piece up to temperature, in this case. And the soot will actually function as an insulator to help keep the heat in and even. Now, what I know is the GTTs are not huge fans of this type of flame. So, what I don't know is the implications of that fact. Yeah, maybe I can save this. Alright, see how that changed color to that dark orange? That's your annealing flame. See how it's leaving soot all over my piece? That's your annealing flame. That is something that you do not want to leave on a GTT for very long at all. The nice thing about that, though, is that it gets us back up to temperature evenly to let us get back to work here. I have to blow off a little bit here on the end so that I can stick a fucking handle to it. And then try to rescue our piece. Actually, the fact that it didn't crack straight off the handle when I tried to bring it up with the annealing flame is a good sign for the possibility of fixing it. That sound, on the other hand, is a very not good sign for our chances of fixing this piece. And I'm actually quite confident now. The fact that I've managed to get this up to temperature at this point probably means I'm going to be able to fix it. Maybe not quite in the form I was aiming for when I made it. As far as like the stem not looking the way I want it to, you know. But honestly, the fact that I've saved it at all after such a huge crack, which I hope I can zoom into, by the way. Like, I wanted a little bubble on the end, or a little bulb on the end of this piece. But I guess that just wasn't in the cards, was it? Did I get the whole fucking crack? Awesome. Actually got the whole fucking thing. Oh, that was what tinked on me. Okay, cool. I can work with that. Fuck you. Ow. I'm gonna melt that back in. I even leave a little nubbin just to remind myself of what happened. Remind myself that I'm a fucking idiot.
Are you filming?
I am. So you just watched your way into the middle of my video. Well, actually, it's closer to the end of my video than the middle. My daughter Mara, everybody, in case you haven't seen her already.
Hey!
Wrong camera. Smile at that camera.
Hey!
Maybe from over here. Yes. My daughter Mara, she's a ham. She has her own channel, Zombie Princess Mara. If you have kids, feel free to point them towards it. No telling what she's going to do with it yet, but, you know, she wanted to have a YouTube channel. There's the broom? What do you care about the broom for? No. Okay, first off, Mara, I'm filming, so shut your pie hole. And wait until I'm done. And then we'll talk about brooms and shit.
Oh, I found
Awesome. But you're still making noise that's appearing on my video. So, shut your damn pie hole.
Alright, sometimes I get cake.
Cake hole, pie hole.
They're not the same thing. They're really like two different things.
Well, but it's a question of what do you prefer? Do you prefer cake or pie?
Cake.
I don't know. Pie's pretty damn good.
I like cake more than pie.
Okay, well, I kind of do too, honestly. But you know what? We can use the terms interchangeably, cake hole and pie hole. Because either way, it's the hole that you put these things into.
Your mouth.
Yes.
You put them in
Well,
your mouth.
I certainly hope that that's the only hole you're putting cake into.
Yes.
When you're older, you'll understand that joke.
That's not a very good joke.
It's really not meant for your age demographic. Okay, well, my mouthpiece is a little off because I had to remelt it, but not bad, all things considered, considering I had to rescue it.
Are you gonna rescue something?
Oh yeah, I was almost
You're
done.
a very good man.
I
You
w-
saved a damsel in distress from a dragon.
I saved a pipe from the trash can is what I did.
From the trash can. Oh yeah, that.
Well, yeah, because it cracked, so I saved it from the trash can. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me for another greenhouse glass session as we drank a couple beers and muse over some shit and make a pipe, fix a pipe, whatever the case may be. Thank you. Sayonara.